Okay, y'all. Let's get into the video. So Jackie invites Malaysia and Duffy out to some, you know, to some speaking class. I guess to learn a different language due to the fact that they're about to go to Portugal. And but Malaysia and Duffy don't know what the fuck they being invited to this shit for. All they know is that Jackie crazy ass has invited them out somewhere. They don't know what the fuck they getting invited to. They just know that this crazy bitch has invited me somewhere. So let me go before this bitch start crying. So next thing you know, Jackie reveals to them that Doug wants to send them all out to Portugal, and of course they're very they're very much excited about going. I mean, who wouldn't be excited about going to Portugal? Although that flight gonna be a motherfucker. I know that flight gonna be a motherfucker, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking Portugal. Who wouldn't want to go to a place like that? You know what I mean? Because I know I would. It's not that many places that I want to go in my life, but Portugal sounds like a great idea. A place like Portugal, a place like Paris, a place like that, Mexico, something like that I would like to go to, or even some places in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind do go beyond this ratchet shit that I talk about on a day-to-day basis on these motherfucking videos. But there's a lot of places that I would like to go, and Portugal would sound like a great vacation. So Duffy invites Tammy and Malaysia out for brunch because she wants Malaysia to be the middleman between her and Tammy, because she feels like her and Tammy need to have a fucking conversation. And honestly and truly, I really do believe that they do need to have a fucking conversation. I mean, I'm getting about tired of both of them talking about it to everybody but each other. You know what I'm saying? You got Tammy talking to Jackie and Shawnee about it, and Malaysia about it. You got Duffy talking to Malaysia and Brandy about it. So it's getting a little bit tiring because the storyline is being dragged on and dragged on and dragged on, and nobody has said anything to each other about the situation. They're talking to everybody but fucking each other about it. And I'm really tired of hearing about it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Either y'all gonna talk about it and y'all gonna fight, or you not gonna talk about it, or you gonna talk about it and just talk about it and get it over with, because it's really ridiculous. And Duffy already apologized to Jazz, so I get why people feel like she should apologize to Tammy. I mean, it is her daughter, but at the end of the day, she should apologize to Tammy for how she treated, for what she said about Jazz and hurting her feelings. I don't think that she owes Tammy an apology as far as the way she reacted when she was quote unquote fired, because we talking about Duffy being unprofessional, but Tammy Abs is being very unprofessional, and she's not making herself look good as a fucking manager, and she's not doing her daughter no fucking favors either, because if you're supposed to be a momager, you better take on that Sonya Norwood mentality, because I know as much of a bitch as Sonya Norwood probably was, I don't bit more believe in, or Bimo think that she acted like that when she was managing Brandy. I think she had more clout and more sense. It's a way to be a cutthroat ass businesswoman and a cutthroat ass manager than to be acting a fucking fool. And that's what the fuck Tammy did. Tammy acted a fucking fool. When you fire somebody, you don't try to fight them. You don't fucking put your hands on them. So by you doing that, and you're doing it on national TV, and you want your daughter to be up here with the greats, ain't nobody gonna want to fuck with her with you as her manager. So yes, the whole damn setup that Duffy had for this motherfucking video shoot was unprofessional, but the way you handled it was very unprofessional. You don't have no clout or professional bone in your motherfucking body, bitch. So both of y'all was at fault. But I understand why it's a sensitive topic due to the fact that your child was basically, her brand was basically belittled, and it's already belittled before somebody else can belittle it. But you know what I'm trying to say. So then later on that day, Malaysia invites Jackie, Tammy, and Shawnee, and Brandy out. And she basically says that this is the core, and she just pretty much wants to talk to the core. So they decide that they're going to talk about the brunch that Tammy stood Malaysia and Duffy up on. And Malaysia pretty much told Duffy what to say in the text message or whatever. And Tammy was like, well, I know an apology isn't genuine. And honestly, the apology that was sent to her through text message pretty much wasn't genuine, because Malaysia was the one that sit up there and text all the shit to her. So it's basically Malaysia apologizing. So Tammy got it right with that shit. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a motherfucker shouldn't have to keep apologizing to you. Either you accept my apology or you fucking don't. You know what I mean? Like, the girl apologized to Jazz, and then I don't know about. I gotta say that the apology to Tammy was inauthentic because it didn't come from her, it came from Malaysia. But she sat there and she apologized to Jazz. So I don't understand why you feel like her apology to Jazz wasn't real. But okay, Tammy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just dragging this shit on. Now they're talking about the trip. And Tammy pretty much make it be known that she doesn't want to have nothing to do with Duffy. Now, she'll go on a trip, but she doesn't have to be around Duffy. Now, they can do events with her, and then she'll stay at home for another event while they go with Duffy. That's just how it's going to work. Now, as childish as that is, because I hate being in situations like that where I got to pick and choose who I want to spend my time with. That shit is very annoying, but okay. But that's just the basis of the situation. So they get to Portugal, and they get on the bus, and they get ready to go on the trip. And yeah, they talk about it's gonna be a girls' trip, and how Brandy and Duffy took another flight to Portugal. And Angela was talking about this is gonna be a girl trip. I'm having a good time, where everybody else is. So they all said that Brandy and Duffy took another flight or whatever. Okay, bam. So that's when the conversation becomes awkward when Tammy makes a statement and say, "Oh, it's not gonna be a girls trip." Okay, Tammy. That's when the shit becomes overkill. We get it. You don't want to be around Duffy. We get that, and we understand why you don't want to be around Duffy. But the part that I'm just not here for is the fact that you got to keep bringing it up and keep driving the point home. You don't want to be cordial. You don't want to have a good time. You just, like, if you can, like, I could be around a lot of people that I really can't stand, and I could just treat them like they don't exist, because I don't like confrontation. I'm not a confrontational person, and I don't do well with confrontation because I get mad and I say things that I don't want to say, and then it becomes violent. So that's why, if I feel like it's going to be a volatile situation, I avoid that person. Just like I avoid Molly the maid. Every time I see her, I avoid her. Like, I just seen her in my high school homecoming tailgate, which is why y'all ain't seen many videos this week due to the fact that I had homecoming this whole week. And plus, I'm sick. Don't y'all hear it in my voice? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot going on this past week, so that's why y'all didn't get that much promised as Bad Girls Club review. But like I say, now that everything is done with this homecoming stuff and all of that, I'll be back to my regular old schedule. But I treat people that I don't like as Casper and Friend Ghost. They're there, but they're not there. So then they all there. Brandy and Duffy makes it. They all decide to let Duffy come in so they can tell Brandy happy birthday. Duffy comes in, it's awkward. Pretty much awkward. Her and Tammy don't say each other. They ice grilling one another and everything. So the two angels get up to go to bed, and so do Shani and Tammy. But Malaysia and Brandy stay behind with Jackie and Duffy. They decide to have a conversation about what's been going on. And Shani and Tammy decides to eavesdrop on the conversation. Now, to tell y'all this, y'all know I don't like Shani and Tammy for the motherfucking thing in the world. But when I tell y'all I was dying when they was sitting over there eavesdropping on that conversation, I'm telling y'all, I was on the floor laughing. Because when they did that high five, when Duffy did all that damn crying, my ass was on the floor laughing. Like, I just couldn't even believe that. Like, I was just so tickled. Because y'all know I can't stand Shani and Tammy, but this shit was fucking hilarious. And my thing about it, Duffy, you sitting up here crying, you the dumb motherfucker for missing your child's more important event to be on this trip. What you could have did, like Malaysia said, was go to your child's graduation and then come afterwards. You didn't have to skip that to come here. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, really? Are you serious? But girl, Duffy killed me with these crocodile cockamamie tears that she loved to put on. She loved to manipulate a person emotionally, and I ain't buying it. Neither is Malaysia. So that was the end of that. And but what was really funny was when Shawty and Tammy ran their ass down the hall. Now that shit was funny. But then later on, they get ready to go somewhere, and Shawnee and Jackie goes to Tammy's hotel room, but Tammy doesn't come to the door. Now then Jackie asks when I call security and shit, I just want to see if my friend is okay. That's all. I'm like, girl. But that's my review on the Basketball Wives LA. I mean, it was a good episode. There really wasn't much to talk about like that. You know, I'm just waiting on next week to see Tammy and Duffy get the fight. And that's all the fuck I've been waiting on, for real. That's all I'm waiting on. Yeah, to my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood video, I'm out of here. I'm finna go to sleep, y'all, because I've been at work all day. And now these allergies of mine is getting on my nerves. I took an Allegra and I'm just ready to go to sleep. So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Ugh.